Hey everyone, this is Spyfin 101. I'm here today to review the newest episode of Cloak and Dagger. Now, I made a prediction before this episode even aired, and that was that it's currently airing again. It's going to be airing 2 more times on Freeform, but as I was waiting for the episode to start, I made a prediction. That was by the end of this episode, Cloak and Dagger would end up being my new favorite MCU show. And I was right. This episode was great. Now we really get to go into the development of these 2 characters. Like, for one, we get to see Tyrone go deeper into his I think he's his cousin. He gets to go deeper into his cousin's job and what he really does. And he gets further into that while Tandy is undercover as a Roxxon agent, trying to figure out more about her father and what happened. And in this, they are referred to as the Divine Pairing, which I think is a pretty cool name. And something really interesting was said that really intrigued me, and that was, like, the psychic lady that we were talking to, the psychic lady that we were following throughout the episode said that one will live and one will die. Now, here's my thing. The MCU, in my opinion, the MCU, like, I'm pretty much saying you're not allowed to kill anybody else because they've killed off too many people. Should I mention the people that they killed? I'm not going to, because that's a lot. But the point is, like, it's too much, man. And now you're going to tell me that I have to wait to see if Cloak and Dagger survive? Now, if one of them survives, or one of them no, I don't want to see that. Stop killing off these characters, Marvel. Stop it. We know you have the courage to do it now, okay? Just stop it. And if you, Marvel, if I go to Ant-Man and the Wasp this Saturday and I see you kill another character, I'm gonna be so done. Not with the MCU, because the MCU is greatness. But anyway, I'm getting off track. This episode was very good. It was definitely well written. I felt like there were some interesting developments going on. Tandy's actually, as a matter of fact, Tandy makes a new friend, and that is an employee of Roxxon. I forget her name right now, but you know, she starts to get all personal with her, and they start to get along. She, like, her whole objective was to touch her and get information, but she didn't end up doing it, which is interesting to me because, you know, did she not do it because, you know, they had a bond, or she felt like she didn't know anything about the situation? I don't know. That's something that I think we're going to get into later on. And as for Tyrone, his cousin or uncle, whoever he is, he dies, and the end of the episode is basically Tyrone and Tandy meeting up again. And Tyrone is sad and he's crying because he just watched his uncle or whoever he is die in front of him, just like he did his brother. And so he's crying. And the interesting thing about that is, like, there's this thing where, like, Tandy goes on to touch him. Like, what's going on? What's wrong? And she couldn't do it. So what's that about? That's something we'll get into further along as well. Ultimately, I really like the development that the characters go through. I really like the fact that, you know, we're seeing some, like, this show is still taking its time to get going. It's very much a slow burn, and it's not a show that just gets right into it, which I think is rich, especially for a show like this. So, as the score goes, I'm gonna give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I give it a 9.5 out of 10 is because sometimes I was watching it and I was kind of questioning what was going on in like a semi-confused manner, but that's not taken away from the episode at all. I mean, it takes away from the grade, but you know, it's only like a point. It takes like a point away because this episode was fantastic, and I feel like this show is just on an upward. It's just in a progression. There's nothing stopping it, and this show is just great. So yeah, I am Spidey-Fan 101 saying peace.
Gonna get what I came for. I'm gonna get what I came for. I'm gonna get what I came for.